Came to this particular location in Lindsborg about 6.5 years ago and fell in love with this town. This little town and this little street here probably have more craftsmen on the street than you will find anywhere.
The Swedish component is really interesting. Kind of like a lot of people that come here that aren't Swedish. You know, it's intriguing. It's quaint, and you know, it's unique because it just has a different vibe. It just feels different than your typical little Kansas town.
And out-of-towners are always quite surprised and into the town and find that people openly stop and talk to them, or greet them, or say, just carry on a conversation. And that is one of the hallmarks of this town. If you're given a gift, that gift is meant to be used and fostered, and more the products and the outputs of those gifts are to be shared with other people. And if you live life that way, you're going to be a much, much happier person.
We have a lot of things here that most communities our size does not have. A community this size with the immense culture, our Scandinavian heritage, the arts very strong, both music and the printed or painted arts. To have the history of art here with the Sansanes and the numerous other artists that are worldly acclaimed, to have them all out of Lindsborg is pretty unique, and to carry that on is Shirley does, and other artists in our community is pretty special.
Whereas the traditions that we know and pass on here are the ones of a century ago. And so we're kind of in a time warp, you know, we've stopped right here. But that's a good thing because they're losing them in Sweden and we're retaining them here in the United States. And, you know, that's something to be proud of, I think.
It's called Little Sweden because the people here who came here and who continue to live here today have coveted the Swedish traditions. We have a Swedish village at the end of town, an authentic Swedish village with a pavilion that came out of, I believe, the 1900 World's Fair. The Swedish pavilion was reconstructed. We have Swedish dancers. All of the Swedish traditions, all of the Swedish celebrations are celebrated in Lindsborg throughout the year. I recently had some people come from Stockholm and were in here, and they just told me that, believe it or not, Lindsborg is more Swedish than Stockholm is. I guarantee you, Lindsborg every day looks like paradise.